You know, when you get married, there's just some things you can never be prepared for. You can read all the books, you can read all the whatevers, take all the advice from people, but you can never be truly prepared to have to adapt your life to somebody else's life. You know, before I was married, I didn't know there was a right way to load the dishwasher. I didn't know there was a right way to fold towels. I always thought it was fold, 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 but it's really fold, fold, third, third. See? Didn't know that. And you know, in the beginning of our marriage, it was hard. When people say the first year is the hardest, it is 100% the hardest. It was for us at least. You know, we were both very opinionated, strong-willed, and so neither one of us really wanted to like give, and that's what makes it so hard. You know, before I was married, if someone were to ask me if I was a selfish person, I'd be like, no, I do a lot of things for other people, I'm very giving to people. But once I took my life and had to combine it with somebody else's life, I really started seeing the selfishness that is within all of us uproot itself. You know, if you don't know, my family and I, we vlog much of our lives. One thing that everyone asks us all the time is, why does Danielle always drive? You know, I think most people are used to seeing a husband drive his family around, and that's kind of the way I grew up too. And so I always thought I would just drive the car. Like, that's just what you do. As the man in the relationship, you drive the car. If you see any of our videos with us driving, you see I never drive the car. And you know, the reason that Danielle drives all the time is because she gets car sick. And for a while I struggled with that. I kind of like even would tell myself, she's just making it up because she just wants to drive. She doesn't want me to drive, she's making it up. And it made this like bitterness inside of me that was for real no reason. But for a long time, maybe probably for like a year or two into our marriage, I would, you know, occasionally get frustrated by the fact that she would drive all the time and I never drove. And you know, it was something that in the end I realized was just about me and my pride, and just something that I needed to get over, because who cares who drives the car? If she wants to drive the car, let her drive the car. I had no real desire to drive the car. I didn't mind being chauffeured around, you know, to be honest with you. Like, I can kind of hang out and do whatever I want over there. She just wanted us to drive. And so all these things came up in our new marriage journey, and they're honestly things that are so small and so dumb to fight over, but we found a way to fight over them. And a lot of people do. A lot of people can't let go of these simple things that really make no difference if you do it this way or if you do it that way. It's just the way you've always done it, and so you want to hold on to it. You want to hold on to it. And so for me, over the last 7 years, almost 8 years of our marriage, it's something I've learned to let go of. We literally used to fight probably multiple times a week, and then as time progressed, it went to once a week, and then once a month, and then once every few months. We'd have these big blow up arguments of all the things that were just harboring inside of us. But it's something that over time we started to learn how to adapt to each other. Thinking about, does this really matter before bringing it up into an argument or bringing it up into a conversation that would create an argument. And so for anyone who's newly married out there, or if you've been married for years and your marriage is on the rocks and things are going crazy and you don't know what's going on, I think if you dig down deep enough, you learn the root of all these things is just pure selfishness. And it goes on both sides. It's not, you know, Danielle would say that she's selfish in areas, and I'd say I am too. But once you recognize that and you see and understand that that's what it is, I think it's easier to process your thoughts a little bit differently, to say, okay, am I just being selfish? Is this something that doesn't really matter in this area? You know, when years have gone by and you've had these harbored feelings just that have not been dealt with, and things that you feel your significant other may not care about, that can be hard. It's not easy to let go of those feelings and start fresh and start over new. But if you really care about your marriage and want to see a difference and make a change, I would challenge you to really adjust your thinking and adjust your mindset to ask yourself, before everything that's upsetting you and frustrating you, is this just me being selfish? And even if your spouse isn't doing that, they will catch on. I honestly had to kind of initiate this in our relationship. For a while where there was a time where I was feeling I was giving more and letting go of more, but then I started seeing her catch on and started seeing her give things, and started seeing her even recently being more open to things that I wanted. And so when you pour yourself into others, they'll notice it. It might not be the first time, it might not be the second time, but after you do it repeatedly and start giving, I promise you're gonna see a difference, and you're gonna see your spouse and yourself grow together because of it. You know, it's taken us almost 8 years to get to where we are, and things are finally like at this place where we're like connected, and we really like are working together and we're in sync with each other. And I 100% believe and think it's because we've allowed ourselves to let go of things that are just so small and meaningless that we want to hold on to. Now, we definitely bring up the big issue things where we really feel like, okay, I want my voice heard in this, but when it comes to things like doing dishes a certain way and folding towels a certain way, you know, just letting that go and just giving in to those things, I promise make a world of difference and will make you happier in the end. You know, when it came to laundry, we would fight over the way laundry was folded. And we'd spend an hour fighting about it instead of taking the stinking laundry and just doing it and being done in 30 minutes. It was really, you know, and that was something honestly where like I started triggering me like, okay, John, why are you fighting about this and making an unhappy environment in your home when you can just say, you know what, it's not worth it. This fight is stupid, it's meaningless. Just fold the laundry the way she wants it folded. Who cares? My mind just started working in that way, and I think whenever your mind does start working in that capacity is when a shift will happen and things will start being easier to adapt to and just say, all right, let's do it. We'll do it this way. Let's just get it done. And I promise you things will start being easier and more happy in your home, and things will be more, and you'll be more unified and connected with your spouse. So that's just something I've learned over the last 8 years. I hope that speaks to somebody today. If it did, leave a comment below. Let me know just your thoughts and opinions on this. Love you guys. Bye.